Confessions preview. I've been serving a healer for some time and I've seen a lot. It's shocking to see politicians, musicians, church leaders relying to such an evil cult. I know how evil they are because I've been serving them as a close messenger. They took advantage. I was an orphan in need of shelter, clothes and food. The Sangoma and his crew took me and I played a part in most rituals I'm going to expose. Yellow viewers, welcome once again to another educative episode of African Confessions HD, right here on Extraordinary Africa. My name is Solution Uncle. If you're still new, in this show we publish a lifetime confessions. Usually we publish anonymously for their own safety reasons. Listeners, you're having a challenge, you're having a problem, don't go to the forest and commit suicide. Feel free to share a story with us. Don't be shy, don't be afraid. And today, in this video, we have two confessions. First confession of a boy who was an orphan, taken by a Sangoma, started to be used for years. And he said he witnessed a lot of celebrities, a lot of politicians, a lot of prominent figures, church leaders coming to the shrine, and he's going to expose what they do at that shrine, as well as giving a hint of the musicians he saw at the shrine. The second confession is of a man who sacrificed his own manhood, and it's now affecting the whole family. We'll read through that confession. Listeners, without wasting much of your time, let's go straight into the confessions. Good evening, Solution Uncle. Please post me anonymous. I have this story to share with you. I once worked for a Sangoma here in South Africa, and a lot of celebrities, politicians, church leaders, artists came to the shrine, and a lot has happened. I want to expose that because I feel I need to get rid of all this. I was being used for all these years. This is my lifetime story. I grew up in a low-density suburb, I can't mention, but here in South Africa. I was staying with my auntie. She only told me that my parents died way before I was even able to speak. I couldn't remember the faces of my father and my mother. The person who I grew up knowing as my parents was my auntie and their late husband. She did everything for me, from clothes, blankets, food, shelter, going to school. Auntie was doing everything for me, as a mother, as a father. She was my one and only relative. Auntie said we are from Mozambique. My grandfather, his father, came here some years ago in search of greener pastures. I was born here in South Africa. I don't know even a word of my native language, but Auntie said we are Chikundas. That's what I knew from my auntie after she told me. So I've been in this country of South Africa as a birthplace, as a citizen. So after some time being single, auntie finally got married by this other man. But before they get married, auntie was a veterinary officer. She had a good qualification, but because of age, she retired from work. That's when she met this man. The man was originally from South Africa. Indeed, did not have anything. The fact that they met at church made my aunt to trust him so much. She wasn't suspecting this person might be trying to ruin her. A wedding at court was held, not knowing the man has other plans and background. The man went to a local traditional healer and did what he did to make my aunt die, so that he came and so he can take the property and everything, which was of my auntie. This is happening at a time they've just got engaged in the court. Just imagine. Without a month after their wedding, my auntie died and the man took everything. He chased me away from the house. I went to my auntie's friends. They were passing me from one to another, from one friend to another, from one to another, until I noticed I am fully grown up. I should go and start a new life somewhere. That's when I started moving to houses, searching for a job. There was this good Samaritan who took me. I became a gardener, doing everything they wanted in their garden. That was my job, until the person said he was leaving South Africa. His bosses at work transferred him to another country. This was bad news to me, but at least he left me some money so that I can take care of myself. I moved to another town and started a small hustle, but it flopped because I couldn't manage to do everything. Some people were coming to con me. So as a boy, when you are growing up, you meet different people and you'll be wanting to know more about the life. In this new town, I met a friend. He was from another province I can't mention, but we became close friends as time moves on. He came back driving a brand new car in brand new clothes one day. The person I was suffering with, I asked him, where did he took all this from? And he introduced me to this Sangoma, who is now my boss. I went to the Sangoma thinking I was going to get a charm, but the Sangoma pretended as if he was pity of me and said he won't give me any money, any charm, because it will affect me in the future. The fact that I was an orphan, the charm will harm me in the future. But now I'm start to realizing it is because he knew I don't have a person to sacrifice. Maybe, I don't know. The Sangoma said he was going to give me a job. The job I was given, I was going to be his side messenger, sending me to the forest. He showed me many charms he uses. Also gave me a booklet with notes and pictures to work with in case I forgot. For most part of my life, I've been in the forest, digging tree roots, tree barks, tree leaves all day, returning to the shrine at night. A lot happens at that shrine. Different people come with different problems, some from countries far away from South Africa, to boost their businesses, to boost their crowds. And I witnessed 4 Nigerians and a South African, well-known pastor in a ritual. Please, my people, be aware when you go to some of these churches. Some of those people are not of God. Sometimes it's better to pray for yourself before going to church. Don't rely on someone because though some of these men are evil, I saw it with my eyes. Even some musicians left their fingers at the shrine. I want you to check for musicians without the upper part of the right thumbnail. They are products of that shrine. The finger will be put into a moti and the crowd will be pulled to the shores. I witnessed this with my eyes and hear this with my ears. At this Sangoma is well known in South Africa, especially these days of elections. A lot of politicians are coming. Some are coming from different provinces, far away from our province. I can't mention them. They will sue me, but they were here doing all evil deed work. I'm thinking to get rid of this shrine because there is nothing I'm getting from it. I'm not married. I don't have any asset. And I just been given food. After being given food in the morning, I go to the forest, spend the whole day in the forest, retain with the charms. I will bath, sleep. Next morning, food. All day in the forest, returning, sleep. That's my lifestyle. And I am now suspecting that this Sangoma is using me in other hidden things. Please, Solution Uncle, let this reach your audience because I'm struggling because of what they are doing to me. It's not because I wanted it to be. They took advantage of my status. Every day I am in tears. I am now a grown-up person. I am now realizing I lost my time. I was supposed to be somewhere doing something better for the future. Please read it for me. What is their advices to me? Please, Solution Uncle and your audience, help me out of this.
Hello, Solution Uncle. Please hide my identity when you publish. I hope this is your number. Notify me as well when you post. I regret what I did when I was a teenager. Now I'm a man in my mid-40s. I'm married but no child. Wherever we are going, they are saying, I dug my own grave. when I was still a teenager. This is my background. I grew up in a family of two. Our parents were civil servants. They wanted us to have more education, so we went to expensive schools to learn there. At those expensive schools, there were pupils coming from rich backgrounds. Peer pressure killed me because I wanted to catch up with others. We were competing in girls. I want to have a better girlfriend, but that girlfriend will be taken by someone from a rich background. So there's a friend of mine. We were in the same situation. He was a child of civil servants as well. Tried by all means to fix our problems until one day we went to a Sangoma. At that Sangoma, we were given a charm. That charm means that every day in the morning there will be money under my pillow. Under one condition, I should not use all the money. There should be always a bunch of money under the pillow. When I'm taking money, I should leave another money under the pillow. That is what we did. The only thing they wanted from us was our semen. So we masturbate at that shrine and left our semen there. The semen was used in the rituals which were producing that money. For years, I've been successful. But at one point, my brother came to my room and stole my money. That's when the problem started. I started not to release semen whenever I tried to masturbate, because after that ritual, masturbating was always my hobby. I couldn't skip a day without masturbating for 4 times. But after the money was taken from my pillow, I was releasing no semen. This is what happened to me. I proceeded with education, passed my matrix, and went to high school. I passed high school as well. I get married after finishing my vocational training center's certificate. We are in a good relationship with my wife, but the problem is having a child. It's difficult for us. We went to doctors, they said we are okay. And we went to spiritual healers. They are telling me that you dug your own grave when you are still a child. Solution uncle, this is eating me up. My wife is a harsh character. At some point, she mentions it. And by the time she mentions about that, I feel it's better to commit suicide. When she tells me you are not a man enough. Please, what should I do in handling this? Because I'm out of ideas. I need you and your audience to help me, Solution Uncle. I hope this will be published. Notify me when you post. I'm able and ready to read all the comments. Thank you in advance. Well, listeners, that was our confessions for the first video today. Today is going to be a double upload again. I will be coming back with another video later on today. Thank you so much to the listeners. Thank you so much, listener. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for always supporting Extraordinary Africa. We are where we are today because of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Words are not enough to thank you, fans. Thank you. May God bless you. May God bless your families. To the people who confessed, I'd like to thank you so much. It's not easy to come out saying, exposing yourself to over 9,000 people. It's not easy. But you came out exposing yourselves. I hope people will help you with advices. Thank you so much, because we have learned from your past. We have learned from your mistakes. Now we know this should not be done. Now we know from your experiences. This is when sometimes we say, sometimes something happens for a reason.
Now, we have learned from your stories. Thank you so much. But to the listeners, let's not forget to comment. Let's not forget to comment. That what you are thinking is good. Let's advise these people, because at the end we are seeing some people going to commit suicide. They are sharing their stories with us because they believe we are going to help them. So let's not skip without commenting. Let's not do that. And our reminder for today, when you wake up, say, Lord God, creator of heaven and earth, thank you so much for giving me this day. Only that, safeguard me as I enter into this new day, midday. Pray for the day which is going smoothly for you. If you are not feeling well, ask for God. He will help you. Before sleeping, say, God, I'm about to sleep. Put me in your hands. The devil is at work. Put me in your hands, Lord God. Help me. I want to be in your hands. Midnight, let's set our alarms. Let's wake up and pray. And our daily verse for today is Psalms chapter 57, verse 1. Have mercy on me, O God, have mercy. For in you my soul takes refuge. I will take refuge in the shadow of your wings until danger is past. Please, let's not fold our hands. Let's not fold our hands. The devil is at work. We need to pray. We need to fast. Let's not wait for I should get in trouble first, then I'll go and ask God, please safeguard me, please God help me. No, let's always pray. Until we meet again in another episode, thank you so much for tuning in. Your solution uncle, say goodbye.